Brenda Poelzer. Good. Every time I try to get Brenda to come up, I say, "Oh, you're going to read next time." So this is the next time.
It's true. And on that note, so I had something that I started for last month and didn't finish, and then I was like, I'll do it for next month, and I didn't. So today I filled in the middle, and as per usual, I'm disappointed and it's not ready. And it's a work in progress, but here it is. So it should be much longer, so just imagine this going on for hours or years. And on that note, okay, so I arrived, ruptured forth. Years go by, I grind my teeth like granite on slate. Eventually they all fall out. A lot happens. Time passes, things happen. No one told me it would hurt. This made my sister laugh. Burning with rage, rotting into goo, softened and slippery, sliding in every direction, down goes upside down and around and around. Things happen, time passes, here I am. Here's what I like best.
And last, but definitely not least, Matthew King. Please, can you wrap the first half up for us?
Bruegel painted that picture. Bruegel, the Icarus picture. I was having a brain fart when you asked the question, but anyway. Is William Carlos Williams wrote the poem, right? Which was in the collection Pictures from Bruegel. Anyway, speaking of going on for hours.
No, thank you. That's very good.
Yes. As many of you probably know, I think it was last Friday was Walt Whitman's 200th birthday. So I want to read a thing from Whitman. Whitman is like, he's like the quintessentially American poet, but he does have this odd kind of connection to this part of the world, or somewhere near this part of the world, up in Bon Echo Park. Some of you probably know. I've never been there to see it, but there's a rock on, Mazenau Lake? Yep. That has a couple of lines Whitman chiseled into it. Like I say. Oh, and also on Father's Day this year, they're having a marathon reading of Song of Myself in honor of Walt Whitman's 200th birthday at Bon Echo Park, not at the Rock, but somewhere in the park. Of course, Father's Day is either the best possible way or the worst possible way to do that. But anyway, I want to read a thing from Whitman. Oh, it was also Allen Ginsberg's birthday yesterday. I think he turned 94. He's dead, but I think he turned 94 yesterday. And so, Ginsberg is kind of like, the, poetic air of Whitman. The bit of Whitman I want to read contains the epigraph to Howl by Ginsberg. So it will be familiar to some of you anyway. And it goes like this. Walt Whitman, a cosmos of Manhattan the sun. It's from Song of Myself. Walt Whitman, a cosmos of Manhattan the sun, turbulent, fleshy, sensual, eating, drinking, and breeding. No sentimentalist, no stander above men and women or apart from them, no more modest than immodest. Unscrew the locks from the doors, unscrew the doors themselves from their jambs. Whoever degrades another degrades me, and whatever is done or said returns at last to me. Through me the afflatus, surging and surging, through me the current and index. I speak the password primeval. I give the sign of democracy. By God, I will accept nothing which all cannot have their counterpart of on the same terms. Through me, many long dumb voices, voices of the interminable generations of prisoners and slaves, voices of the diseased and despairing and of thieves and dwarves, voices of cycles of preparation and accretion, and of the threads that connect the stars and of wombs and of the father stuff, and of the rights of them the others are down upon, of the deformed, trivial, flat, foolish, despised, fog in the air, beetles rolling balls of dung. Through me forbidden voices, voices of sexes and lusts, voices veiled and I remove the veil, voices indecent by me clarified and transfigured. I do not press my fingers across my mouth. I keep as delicate around the bowels as around the head and heart. Copulation is no more rank to me than death is. I believe in the flesh and the appetite. Seeing, hearing, feeling are miracles, and each part and tag of me is a miracle. Divine am I inside and out, and I make holy whatever I touch or am touched from. The scent of these armpits, aroma finer than prayer. This head more than churches, Bibles, and all the creeds. If I worship one thing more than another, it shall be the spread of my own body or any part of it. Translucent mold of me, it shall be you. Shaded ledges and rests, it shall be you. Firm masculine culture, it shall be you. Whatever goes to the tilth of me, it shall be you. You, my rich blood, your milky stream pale strippings of my life, breast that presses against other breasts, it shall be you. My brain, it shall be your occult convolutions, root of washed sweet flag, timorous pond snipe, nest of guarded duplicate eggs, it shall be you. Mixed tussle of head, beard, brawn, it shall be you. Trickling sap of maple, fiber of manly wheat, it shall be you. Sun so generous, it shall be you. Vapors lighting and shading my face, it shall be you. You sweaty brooks and dews, it shall be you. Winds whose soft tickling genitals rub against me, it shall be you. Broad muscular fields, branches of live oak, loving lounger in my winding paths, it shall be you. Hands I have taken, face I have kissed, mortal I have ever touched, it shall be you. I dote on myself. There is that lot of me, and also luscious. Each moment and whatever happens thrills me with joy. I cannot tell how my ankles bend, nor whence the cause of my faintest wish, nor the cause of the friendship I emit, nor the cause of the friendship I take again. That I walk up my stoop, I pause to consider if it really be. The morning glory at my windows satisfies me more than the metaphysics of books. To behold the daybreak. A little light fades the immense and diaphanous shadows. The air tastes good to my palate. Hefts of the moving world at innocent gambol, silently rising, freshly exuding, scooting obliquely high and low. Something I cannot see puts upward libidinous prongs. Seas of bright juice suffuse heaven. The earth by the sky stayed with, the daily close of their junction, the heaved challenge from the east that moment over my head, the mocking taunt, see then whether you shall be master. Dazzling and tremendous how quick the sunrise would kill me if I could not now and always send sunrise out of me. We also ascend dazzling and tremendous as the sun. We found our own, my soul, in the calm and cool of the daybreak. My voice goes after what my eyes cannot reach. With the twirl of my tongue I encompass words and volumes of worlds. Speech is the twin of my vision. It is unequal to measure itself. It provokes me forever. It says sarcastically, Walt, you contain enough. Why don't you let it out then? All right. And on a different note, one of my own note, that didn't take too long. This is a bit about a thing that happened to me a number of years ago that has always been waiting to be made into a poem, and here it is. Or here's a first stab at it anyway. It's called Up in the Air. Some odd moments, you know exactly what happens next. There's one I always think of, maybe only one I've ever been in. I mean, been in and known I was in it. That only one thing can follow from this, necessarily, and this time at least no self-deception of all too easy fatalism either. I was in the air, hanging on a branch, like in a cartoon. Except it wasn't anchored in a cliff, and it wasn't stiff. It slung-shot me out like a rubber band. When my friend, who was holding it for me so that I could reach my fishing lure, caught up in a maple over the river, accidentally, and though it would be funny to suggest it maybe wasn't so accidental, it's a true story I'm telling you here, and I never doubt what he meant to do. So as I say, he accidentally let go, and I went over the river. Hanging is what I want to say I was, like in a cartoon, except there wasn't that long second of suspension before I knew I'd fall in. I was never not going to fall in, but though it was all instantaneous, I had all the time I needed to make my peace with the fact that I couldn't do a thing about it. So there was nothing to be afraid of. And it strikes me now, nothing to regret, hanging there either. Both past and future, out of my control. Nothing else to wish I'd do or have done. That one odd moment.